Welcome back to Mock the Mock, where we take a look at someone else's mock draft and I'll mock and give you my views, thoughts, and opinions. Got a great one for you today as DJ Daniel Jeremiah himself has come out with Mock Draft 2.0. So let's go ahead, get into this sucker. As pick one thing to note before you start reading below. I'm not against making some trade projections in my final mock draft, but I won't start entertaining those scenarios until we get closer to the end of the process. Okay, so no trades. No trades. So we got Caleb Williams going pick 1 to the Chicago Bears. It's been reported as of yesterday. Justin Fields has kind of washed his social media of anything Bears related. We've seen guys do that in the past and not end up getting moved, but it is something to note because it's very likely he is gonna be moved, or I would say it's probably more likely that the Bears take Caleb Williams with this selection. Man, Caleb, dude's got the tools, got a lot of impressive tape out there at USC. Let's go to Washington as they take Drake May. Okay, so nothing too out of the normal as of right now. New regime, new quarterback, makes sense. Sam Howell reportedly could be on the trade-in block. Is that what we call it? The trade block? I can't remember. I haven't played Madden in years, but it's been reported that they might be looking to shop him somewhere, which is funny. I just find it really funny that Drake May, for the second time in his young career and the second time in Sam Howell's career, May will succeed Sam Howell, which is a shame. I was a big fan of Sam Howell coming out. And to be fair, last year, I mean, it had its ups and downs. And if anything, he's a high-end backup in the NFL. But maybe going somewhere where he can sit behind a more veteran quarterback. I don't know, maybe an Aaron Rodgers. Just putting that out there. Maybe he'll do him good. It could be a cheap alternative for the Jets if they want to see that quarterback, that heir apparent, because they know it ain't Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's going to have to go find moms elsewhere. The New England Patriots, they go with Marvin Harrison Jr. This is one I've played with over the last couple of months, and it looks like a lot of people are coming around to it. Not saying I'm the first one that came up with that idea. Holy, they could go with the best prospect in the class. I'm not the first one. I'm not, but I'm saying it's become more popular since. I mean, guys, I do mock drafts like almost weekly. So yeah, I gotta twist things up. I like experimenting with different possibilities. So yeah, I played with this possibility once or twice before. And I might again in a 7-round mock draft that comes out tomorrow. I'll be on the look for that. But yeah, the Patriots, I think they could, if they really want to, they could sit back, see who kind of falls to the late first round. If they want to make a move up so they can get that 5th-year option, they can. And they can do it relatively cheap, whether it's J.J. McCarthy, though, that don't really sound like it's possible. Sounds like he's going to go in the top 15. That sounds like where the NFL is on him. But hey, smoke screens. People thought Will Levis was going to be the first overall pick last year. I'm not going to lie. Part of me was like, oh, man, maybe, I guess. Golly. But I think ultimately in my final mock draft, I had Will Levis fall to like pick 10. I said fall. Because I was like, man, 10 just feels like he's going to go higher than this, but I don't really see where else he may go. And then dude falls out of the 2nd round. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. But I like this for the Patriots. I think they could definitely, if you're not sold on Jaden Daniels, then this is a good way to go. It's a good alternative. You get back into the late first round, get that quarterback. Arizona Cardinals, they go Malik Neighbors. Remember, no trade, so he's got to kind of go with the pick here. Malik Neighbors would be my second non-quarterback prospect, second best non-quarterback prospect in this class. I think he's currently 4th overall on my board. You will see I'll put out a big board video for y'all in as we get closer to the end of the process, maybe like 200 or 300 prospects on that, but I'll put out a big board video for y'all to see where I have these guys exactly. But yeah, no, I mean, Cardinals, you get a playmaker, a receiver, get Kyler Murray some weapons. Sounds good to me. See what the Chargers do at pick 5 as they go Joe Alt. I love this pick. Like, do you really want, like, I get it. People love the Brock Bowers pick here, but like, do you want to do that with the tight end position? Well, Jim Harbaugh loves tight ends. It's like, yeah, but go with a more valuable position. Like, last time a team went high with tight end, Kyle Pitts. He has like, what, 6 total touchdowns over the course of the last 3 seasons, unfortunately. It just feels like, yeah, go for the offensive tackle prospect that a lot of people think is can't miss. Solidify that offensive line for Justin Herbert. And then address weapons on day 2 because this is a very good wide receiver class. So I like this pick exceptionally. Let's see if the Giants go with quarterback, because I would, or if they go with, I could see Rome Odunze. Brock Bowers is like an outside shot. Maybe they even just go offensive tackle. Giants, they go Jaden Daniels. So they do go with the quarterback. As noted above, I don't make trade projections in this mock this early in the process, which is why Daniels is still available at 6. I wouldn't rule out the Giants trying to move up for a quarterback, but in this scenario, Daniels falls in their lap. Okay. So it sounds like he thinks the Giants could be in the market to go and get Jaden Daniels if the Patriots probably pass up on him at 3, which I like, man. Danny Dimes ain't it. He ain't it. Shoot. Tommy DeVito and Tyrod Taylor came out and moved the offense more effectively than Daniel Jones this past season. Yeah, sign me up for Jaden Daniels. I'm down for it. At pick 7, we got Olu Fashanu going to the Tennessee Titans. Everyone and their mom, they're taking a tackle for the tight ends because it makes sense. Andre Dillard wasn't great this year. The right tackle spot's kind of wide open. You could move Nicholas Petit-Frere to that right guard spot. Yeah, no, I like it. It do be good. You can move Dillard over to the right side if you want to. All right, pick 8. Oh, we got J.J. McCarthy going to the Atlanta Falcons. You know we got to read this blurb. A lot of people around the NFL expect the Falcons to be aggressive when it comes to finding a quarterback in this year's draft. They could trade up or, as they do in this case, stay at 18 and bet on McCarthy's traits. Now, I don't think McCarthy should start right away for a team. This could be paired with maybe a move to get a veteran quarterback to start early. It's not going to be Ritter or it's not going to be Heineke. Maybe they go in free agency and try to pick up, I don't know, like Sam Darnold or something. Or they go and get like a Geno Smith who could be on the trading block, though the Seahawks are going to retain him to ensure he gets that bonus. But I still feel like he can be moved. But regardless, they go quarterback here. It's no secret, Atlanta, they need a quarterback. But before we get into pick 9, real quick, let's talk about today's sponsor, Aura. Y'all already know data brokers are out there selling your information to scammers, spammers, and everyone in between. They're selling your name, your email address, your home address, your health records, and even the information of your loved ones. I was shocked to see how many data brokers had my information. Y'all remember that meme? They're coming for everybody. So hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your husband. Well, Aura does just that. They have features such as antivirus, VPN, password management, which was huge for me, parental controls, which I love as a parent, identity theft insurance, and so much more. And they do it all from one app. It's really cheap as well for all that they provide, but you could try it for free for 14 days if you use the link in the description. So check it out. Not only is it a great way to support the channel, but it also supports you, the viewer. At pick 9, the Chicago Bears go with Rome Odunze. I love this pick. It's sexy. I'd be willing to do it at 8 if, you know, the Falcons weren't so needy at quarterback. But this is really good, man. If Rome Odunze, or in some cases you see in some mocks, it's Malik Neighbors, falls them at 9, I say go get it, man. Pair up DJ Moore with a top 10 wide receiver in the class or your franchise quarterback. It's just, there's a lot of sex appeal when it comes to that pick, so I like it quite a bit. Pick 10, the New York Jets. They're going to go with Telenise Fuaga. Again, this is kind of a chalked up pick because, hey, you need to protect Aaron Rodgers. The offensive line was terribly poor last season, so I know it was injured, but even before that, it wasn't that great. So yeah, go and get that. Vikings are going to be interested with 4 quarterbacks off the board. They probably just go edge rusher here unless DJ is high on like a Bo Nix or a Michael Penix. He goes with Dallas Turner, so he does go with an edge rusher. He mentions Danielle Hunter is a free agent, but you also got DJ Wonum. You also got Marcus Davenport as free agents as well. Denver Broncos next on the clock. I like this as a landing spot for Bo Nix. I'm curious. I feel like they have to go quarterback. Curious if he does go quarterback here. Again, I don't recall where DJ had Bo Nix or Michael Penix on his big board. No, he goes with Jared Verse. Okay, Denver is another potential landing spot for a quarterback. In this exercise, though, they complement some of their young talent in the secondary with the difference maker up front. I'm a big fan of Jared Verse, dude. I think he gets slept on, which is kind of wild. It's a wild thing to say for me. Like, I thought he was better this year than he was last year. He really, really grew down the stretch, and you saw a lot of completeness to his game. So, big fan, big fan. Pick 13, Raiders. Another quarterback landing spot potentially. Not in this one. It's Terry and Arnold. I know DJ really likes Terry and Arnold. I think this is a popular spot to mock corner. If you haven't gone corner off the board yet, this is a very popular spot to do it. Terry and Arnold, everyone loves the athleticism. They think it'll click eventually with him. Not to say it was bad, just like there's some stuff he needs to polish out in his game. So Raiders get a corner there, which hey, they desperately need, man. They stumbled upon Jack Jones, got lucky. They have Nate Hobbs there that mainly played in the slot last year, which is honestly where he's best at. So they need that other outside corner. New Orleans Saints, they go J.C. Latham, another easy pick, I think, just because Ryan Ramczyk, you don't know if he'll be back next year with the whole cartilage, lack thereof cartilage in his knee might cause him to medically retire early, unfortunately. And Trevor Penning has really done nothing, so much so he was kind of benched. I think he was banged up a little bit this year too. But they got some tackle woes. They got some tackle woes that they need to solve, and they're in a good spot at 14 to at least have a possible answer, possible solution there. Brock Bowers is still on the board, by the way. I wonder if he goes here at 15 to the Colts. We did see him in yesterday's mock the mock go at 16 to the Seahawks, so keep those two spots in mind. Well, don't keep the Colts in mind anyway. It's Nate Wiggins. So we could see Brock Bowers go at 16. He's not going at 17 to the Jags, so I think probably the floor here is pick 18 to the Bengals. But Nate Wiggins, man, the Colts, they could definitely use some more talent there in the secondary, mainly the corner position. Nate Wiggins, he's going to test out phenomenally. He's kind of flirting with corner 1 for me. So, cool pick. Like it. Pick 16 is not Brock Bowers, but it's my boy Byron Murphy, man. I think he could go as early as pick 9. Big fan of Byron Murphy. Just the tape is amazing. Leonard Williams is a pending free agent. That's a good point out there. But they actually have quite a bit of free agents there on the interior. They could look to add Murphy. And then at pick 17, what do we got here? We got Quinion Mitchell going to the Jags. So, I mean, you could make this Brian Thomas. You can make this Jackson Powers Johnson. I also like Quinion Mitchell. You got now Ryan Nielsen there as the DC. He'll probably be like, yeah, man, let's get some cornerback help. There were a lot of coverage busts last year with the Jags during the second half of the season. Darius Williams might not be a great fit for the Jags defense. So Quinion Mitchell, big Senior Bowl, big rise up a lot of people's boards. I like him here at this pick. But hey, if you want to know more about some of the prospects in this class, I got good news for you. Got a draft guide. Listen, I know you love the NFL draft as much as I do, and you're going to want a nice hefty watch list of players during this college football season. Well, go ahead, check out my draft guide. You can purchase it for only $30 by Venmoing or PayPaling me. Links in the description. It's a one-time payment, and you get it for this whole draft cycle and forever and always, technically. It's a Google spreadsheet, so send me your email when you send the payment. I'll get you hooked up. You will see my current prospect rankings and big board, my full evals. And guess what? It updates updates throughout the whole draft cycle. So it's a great purchase, and it's a great way to support the channel. Pick 18. Brock Bowers going to the Cincinnati Bengals. Oh man, who could have saw this coming? Me, I saw it coming from a mile away. Brock Bowers, this feels like the floor for Brock Bowers if he were to fall in the draft. Tight end, it's going to be devalued a little bit. It's not like he's a receiver, but I mean, I think he could have the same effects as like you could say a Travis Kelce, a Sam Laporta. He'd come in and be immediately a game changer for whatever offense he goes to. You get to the second half of the first round, you feel a little bit better about a guy like Brock Bowers rather than maybe in that top 10 range where we often see him go. So Bengals really would luck out if he were to fall here at 18. Pick 19, Los Angeles Rams, Jackson Powers-Johnson. I feel like I haven't seen this often at all. Well, I mean, Brian Allen, I feel like, is a cap casualty for the Rams, and he wasn't even the starter there this year, wasn't it? It was like Coleman Shelton or something. And he's a free agent, so yeah, center's kind of an opening for the Rams, and you just keep that offensive line of strength. Right now, you're only looking at left tackle as a possible big weakness on the squad, though. Maybe they feel good about Larrick Jackson going into next year, as he showed some growth, but still, he was kind of the weak spot there. I imagine they're going to bring back Kevin Dotson. I ain't worried about that, but I like the Jackson Powers-Johnson pickup here for the Rams. We got the Steelers here at pick 20, and they go Troy Fautanu out of Washington, and he lists him as an offensive tackle. But let's read this. Okay, Pittsburgh invests in offensive line in round 1. For the second year in a row, Fautanu fits the physical identity the Steelers are looking to create. He could play anywhere on the line, but it would be fun to watch him line up next to Broderick Jones. So that would be fun. Okay, so he is talking about him like a guard. If you're lining up next to Broderick Jones, you're playing guard. So that's how I'm seeing it. I'm seeing you're moving Broderick Jones to left tackle. Fautanu's playing left guard. Largely, he is viewed as a guard prospect. So I don't mind it. I like it. They want to reinvigorate that offensive line. Go and do it. You go do you, baby boo. This is another possible landing spot for Justin Fields. We'll see if he does get moved and where to. Right now, I think the early favorites are probably the Steelers and the Falcons. Okay, pick 21. My Miami Dolphins. Fins up, baby. They go Liatu Latu. I get it. You got both Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips coming off season-ending injuries. Andrew Van Ginkel is a free agent, likely not to re-sign, unfortunately, just because we ain't got the paper, we ain't got the cheddar, and honestly, we got probably more vital free agents to bring back if we can. So Liatu Latu come in and be like an immediate starter there for the Dolphins. I mean, I like Liatu Latu. I think he probably goes top 20. He's one of the safer picks in the draft. From a play standpoint, again, there's going to be concerns with the medicals, the neck, that force him to medically retire at Washington, but he's played the last 2 seasons, all games, no problems, so I'm cool with it. Do want the Dolphins, though, to address offensive line. And I get why we don't hear. I mean, it'd be Amarius Mims, it'd be Tyler Guyton. Those are the 2 guys I'm probably looking at this point. All right, we got pick 22. It's still a corner. This time it's Ennis Rakestraw Jr. I might not be on that Rakestraw train like most people are. I still see him as a top 50 prospect. I would rather take maybe a Cooper DeJean out of Iowa or a Kool-Aid McKinstry out of Alabama, but corner seems to be the pick here for the Eagles. It just makes the most sense. They're very old when it comes to their starters, and you really don't know what you have. Keely Ringo, honestly, was probably the best performing corner last year among the depth. And you could even feel good about Eli Ricks, but still, it's like a very unproven core past your 2 old starters who struggled last season. Houston Texans, they go with, Brian Thomas Jr. I like that. Just get in Stroud, more weapons. Yes, please. I'm cool with it. I like it. I think it's fun. They could go Jer'Zhan Newton here. It's reported that some NFL teams either love Jer'Zhan Newton or like Jer'Zhan Newton. So you either like him at this range or you like him early to mid-second round. That's just kind of what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing right now from rumors. So Brian Thomas, though, would be hella fun for the Texans. I kind of like that. Dallas Cowboys, they go Tyler Guyton. Makes a ton of sense. Guyton showed he was very coachable at the Senior Bowl. There we go. And they could definitely use a tackle there if they don't plan on moving Tyler Smith to tackle, which I would at least have that option open. Sounds like Tyron Smith does want to come back, but he wants to come back for the right price. And it's just, Cowboys just don't have bank like that, because I think they're going to be paying Dak like $50 million next year. So they're kind of in the pocketbook is a little locked up as of right now. So they might have to do that via the draft, replace some of those starters or key contributors. And Tyler Guyton, this is about his range for me. Like, there's a lot to like about him in the tools department, in the athletic gifts department, but it's not all the way there yet. Like, we saw the Senior Bowl. He had some wins, but then he had some ugly losses. But he showed, hey, he's teachable, he's coachable, he's someone we can develop. Let's swing on the traits there. Marius Mims is kind of in this same category, in my opinion. But before we get to pick 25, what's crack-a-lackin'? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know. So go ahead, become a bro and subscribe. Leave this video a thumbs up if you enjoy the content. As always, let me know what you think in the comment section below, where we have that nice, beautiful football discourse. Cooper DeJean going to the Packers because, yeah, he just does. Everyone's mocking him to the Packers. It's just kind of is what it is. They look at him and they're like, Packers could use safety and cornerback help. Cooper DeJean could play anywhere in the back seven, back six. Let's go for it. So I said back seven. Yeah, back five, back six, corner, slot, safety. But yeah, nothing new here for you Packer fans. Hey man, it's a good pick though. Hopefully it happens. Tampa Bay Buccaneers go with A.D. Mitchell. Sorry, I was fighting back a sneeze there. You may have heard it there at the end. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yeah, sorry. Fought back that sneeze successfully, though. They go with A.D. Mitchell. Not exactly the type of, like, I'd rather go with a Keon Coleman if you're looking for your replacement for Mike Evans. Someone who might be a little bit better at the contested catch. Not to say Mitchell's bad at it. It's just Coleman's kind of the ideal player if you're looking for that one-for-one replacement. Not saying that Mike Evans is replaceable, but in terms of that type of receiver. But very interesting. Arizona Cardinals, they go with Darius Robinson. Robinson, widely speculated to be probably a first-rounder after his week at the Senior Bowl. Makes sense. He had a lot of wins. He was very good there. I have him going probably the Lions. A lot of places have him going the Lions. It just makes a ton of sense. Because a lot of people anticipate the corners to kind of fly off the board between like pick 13 to pick 22, 25. So you get to pick 27 here, and it's like, okay, not a lot of corners to pick from. So typically I have the Lions going with that. Cardinals kind of in a similar predicament. They could probably go corner if they want, or you go with edge. They need some edge help. They don't really have a guy there. We saw a very limited sample size of B.J. Ojulari last season. Buffalo Bills go with Chop Robinson. Hello. All right, talks about Leonard Floyd and A.J. Epinesa being a free agent. Need to pair someone up with Greg Russo from the U, baby. And I like this. This is a different pick than a lot of people, myself included, go wide receiver just because it makes a ton of sense. Gabe Davis, he's kind of already said, yeah, I'm on the out. He put out a little tribute video on the X. So, like, yeah, it looks like he's going to be hitting the market and going elsewhere. But Chop Robinson, man, I think a lot of people are he's going to get back on people's radar after a strong combine. I do think he's probably like the most explosive edge rusher in this class. Oh, wow. Lions go with Zach Frazier, center out of West Virginia. Yo, let's go. That is interesting. Talk about he could step into guard right away and then eventually move to center. Like, oh, man, this I'm not like on the Zach Frazier first round hype. I get people love him. Like the dude, it's easy to love this guy. Man broke his leg instead of forcing his team to use a timeout. He bear crawled to the sideline. Straight gangster. So like Lions, yeah, if the corners have kind of already flown off the board, and you can make a great case that they go elsewhere, whether that's edge, whether that's offensive line, well, interior offensive line to some degree. Baltimore Ravens, they go with Amarius Mims. Makes a ton of sense in the world. Ronnie Stanley feels like he might be on the way out. He can't stay healthy. Morgan Moses is old, so you want to get that heir apparent at the tackle position. Pick 31, Graham Barton going to the Niners, another team that you look at their interior talent, it leaves a lot to be desired. A lot left to be desired. But Barton, someone who played left tackle the last 3 years at Duke. He played center his freshman season. He was recruited as a guard, a guy that probably has 5 position versatility, gives them a lot of flexibility, a lot of versatility along that offensive line. And then with the final pick, the Kansas City Chiefs go Troy Franklin. What a surprise. They go wide receiver. Yeah, that's to be expected. The Chiefs, they're kind of in a good spot to like really take whatever receiver falls to them. If the receiver position doesn't go off the board like freaking hotcakes, which I think it can. Very good receiver class, though. I mean, I think I would be willing to take like Ladd McConkey here. We could talk about Keon Coleman still available. But I like Troy Franklin, man. The dude's got good size. He's been putting on good weight over the last couple of seasons. He brings that contested catch ability, though the numbers were a bit down this season. But very good route runner. Very good route runner. He just feels like a better option than MVS. Is he a better option than playoff MVS, though? Is that the question? Yeah, I think he can't be, yes. But yeah, that's it for the video. Go ahead, do that YouTube thing. As always, until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.